Hello and welcome to another edition of Stockwatch, the first of the trading week, and we're seeing big Wall Street banks news start filtering out from Friday after their earnings call, and we're seeing a bit of a role reversal in a hit and miss category for JPMorgan Chase and Wells Fargo. JPMorgan Chase's shares dropped 6% when the market opened on Friday after their CFO has said that it's lowered its expectations on guidance on company-wide returns. And also we've seen its smallest quarterly earnings beat in nearly 2 years. So it did miss a few of the estimations in the on Friday. But the same can't be said for Wells Fargo. Their shares actually jumped over 3% over improved revenue and earnings per share calls. So it was a little bit, as I said, hit and miss. Results were helped by almost $1 billion in reserve release that the bank set aside during the pandemic. But for JPMorgan Chase, their CFO did say that when asked if it was a tighter labor market out there and spending more on personnel, he did say this was one of the reasons why they did come in a little bit short of expectations for their revenue as well. So we'll see what happens in the near term for JPMorgan Chase. But for now, as we're looking at the charts here, this big drop in 6% and quite a big gap. And, if we just zoom in a little bit more, what I'm looking at most worryingly for JPMorgan Chase is the fact that using the Ichimoku cloud indicator, we've basically had a gap and drop through the whole entire cloud, which means that there is no engulfment and prices are now on the downside for the stock. So we'll see what comes in store for that in the near term at least. And looking on the RSI as well, it's not good reading. We're seeing this big drop in the RSI reading as well. So at the moment, I'm just looking to see if there's going to be any sign of a pickup, a recovery. This is quite a large candle for a daily chart as well. If we go on the 4-hour chart, however, it's a tiny bit of a different story where we did see a slight positivity in the back end of the session on Friday. And not only that, we are engulfed in the Ichimoku cloud as well. So could make for good reading if we're looking to see this gap filled anytime soon. However, with this disappointing revenue that the CFO did say that he's lowered his guidance on company-wide returns, then that could mean that going forward into 2022, we might see more of a down leg as well. So just look for these recent troughs that we've seen. We've just made a new one here as well, if you discount this last one. And we're just going to see if we can see any of these recent levels being reached again. Let's just take a look on Wells Fargo. This is a little bit of a role reversal. We looked on this on Friday just to see what the opportunities are. We came out of these both ascending channels, and now what I was seeing after this big gap, the bias was certainly on the upside, and after we cracked this other channel, then I did think that we were going to start moving higher, at least in the near term as well, with the big earnings be expected. But as you can see here, we are looking quite overbought in the RSI zone, so this could lead to a little bit of exhaustion. So don't be too surprised when the market opens shortly if we see a little bit of a downturn leg. And looking on the 4-hour chart, just seeing now this big accentuation is a lot more clear, because using the Ichimoku cloud as the indicator, we're seeing it move far away. The gaps are really more clear, and then we're just looking to see another leg to the upside. So with that being said, we're just looking for a slight exhaustion. We saw on the 4-hour chart that there was a bit of a false spike here, a little bit of exhaustion, but the day did finish on the green candle, which is quite significant, because when the market does open, there could be a slight further gap and we could see prices push even higher. But with the Ichimoku cloud being very far away from being hit, then we can see another move to the upside leg as well. So just keep an eye out for the rest of the week, and also Citibank as well, which saw some earnings on Friday if you're trading these big Wall Street banks. So that's all from the Stockwatch today. Once again, thank you very much for joining me, and we'll speak again tomorrow. Bye for now.